you become a skilled investor in the stock market and find your financial freedom. With the Working Investor Program, you will learn what Wall Street doesn't want you to know. You'll develop skills like selling short and how to profit, even in a stock market crash. This is the real world investing information that will give you the edge to be successful in the stock market. No gimmicks, just real strategies, and I'll make the offer even better with a 10-day free trial of the Working Investor Program.
Once you're in the gang, you're in the know. And with the free 10-day trial of the Working Investor Program, there's no reason not to give it a try.
Become a Phil's Gang member and reclaim your financial freedom. Go to philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
When the stock market is up one day and down the next, you need experienced advice from a pro.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande of philsgang.com. I know you're sitting there watching the stock market. You're going, what? Is this nuts? Market goes up 700 points. Next day goes up 800 points. Then the market goes back down. Then it goes back up. What that is volatility.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently?
But you got to anticipate what's going to happen with the market. And that's what we give you. Information so you can anticipate in advance what the market's going to do, so you know what stocks to buy, you know what stocks to short. It's all about having good information and anticipation. You got to anticipate. The one thing you can't do is rely on your brokers. Listen.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
What are you, nuts? Partners and shareholders? You're not included.
Check out the free 10-day trial and follow Phil to investing success. Learn more at philsgang.com. philsgang.com.
I've been a Phil's Gang member since 2014. Over that time, I've generated over six-figure profits. Following Phil, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life. I would recommend Phil's Gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents. If you really trust in their system, you will do well.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264.
Why are investors listening to Phil Grande of philsgang.com?
You know why people listen to my show? Because I make it simple. When you talk about the stock market, they make it so complicated. I make it easy to understand. For the average investor, the Main Street investor, most of the time, these guys, like they're talking to each other. We talk directly to you and we listen to you.
Invest better with the sound advice of Phil Grande at philsgang.com. You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. You can be a successful investor in the stock market by knowing what the market is going to do.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande of philsgang.com. God, you go nuts listening to these shows on TV, Kramer, any of them. I mean, they're giving you total garbage. Garbage in, garbage out. One day they tell you, buy this stock. Next day, don't buy the stock. Then you have two people on their show. One guy saying buy it, the other guy says don't buy it. So the question is, what the hell do you do? Well, we don't have questions here at Phil's Gang. And they never have to ask the question, what do you think the market's going to do? My members always know what the market's going to do because they've learned how to follow the money. That's right, follow the money. You don't follow fundamentals. You follow the money. And what is that? That's volume. That's the buyers and the sellers. And the other thing, you got to learn how to sell a stock as well as buy a stock.
Follow the money. Follow Phil Grande.
Check it out, philsgang.com. Go to my podcast, YouTube, and Rumble every day. That's philsgang.com.
Want the truth when investing in the stock market? Here's how.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. Listen to my radio show every day because that's where you're going to get the truth. You're not going to get the truth listening to these dopes on Fake Business News Network. The other day, Kramer said, don't listen to the banks. They're giving you wrong information. When he told you to buy Merrill Lynch, remember? And what happened? They went broke.
Get the truth at philsgang.com.
Join my gang, philsgang.com. Get the truth. And also listen to me on my podcast on YouTube and Rumble. That's philsgang.com.
You can be a successful investor in the stock market by knowing what the market is going to do.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. God, you go nuts listening to these shows on TV, Kramer, any of them. I mean, they're giving you total garbage. Garbage in, garbage out. One day they tell you, buy this stock. Next day, don't buy the stock. Then you have two people on the show. One guy saying buy it, the other guy says don't buy it. So the question is, what the hell do you do? Well, we don't have questions here at Phil's Gang. And they never have to ask the question, what do you think the market's going to do? My members always know what the market's going to do because they've learned how to follow the money. That's right, follow the money. You don't follow fundamentals. You follow the money. And what is that? That's volume. That's the buyers and the sellers. And the other thing, you got to learn how to sell a stock as well as buy a stock.
Follow the money. Follow Phil Grande.
Check it out, philsgang.com. Go to my podcast, YouTube, and Rumble every day. That's philsgang.com.
The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money, money, money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money, 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 money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grande.
Money's coming to me.
There are a lot of good things happening. Corporate profits still look okay. The economy looks pretty good. Inflation is waning. Jobs, while decelerating, remain strong.
What rock did she come out from under? Are you kidding me? Things are looking good? Things aren't looking good. The market, we see every day now. If you watch the market, the bond market closely, that's what you got to watch, the bond market. The bond market tells you everything about the economy, what's really going on with the market. Are rates going to go up and hurt the economy? Or rates going to go down? You know, it used to be simple. Before 2008, when they took over the market and did financial engineering called QE, it was simple. You look at a stock, you look at the company, look at its balance sheet, you go through it, and you can find out if the company was strong, and you buy it, not buy it. Or it was simple from a point of view of, you know, if you have a high and low rate, you say, okay, well, first of all, what stocks do best when there's high rates? Now, this is before all the nonsense, before the financial engineering and all the stock buybacks and all that crap. So you would know, all you got to know is, well, wait, let me see. If the Fed rates are starting to increase, I'm going to start buying banks. I'm going to start buying insurance companies. I'm going to buy industrials. And you're going to be right. I'm going to buy Costco. I'm going to buy Walmart. I'm going to buy Whirlpool. I'm going to maybe buy some industrial stocks. Because you know those stocks do well when rates go up. They always have. And the opposite. You knew when rates were going down, you knew what stocks to buy. I'm going to buy the big tech. I'm going to buy semiconductors. They do terrific when interest rates are going down. Home builders, auto dealers, buy some GM or Ford. Even consumer discretionary stocks. Nike, Starbucks, McDonald's, Amazon. That's a great one for consumer discretionary when rates are going down. But see, it doesn't matter anymore if rates are going down or going up. If rates are going up, if they want the stock market to go up, they'll push that stock market up. Doesn't matter. Case in point, we're watching. They're doing everything they can to try to push this market to the January 2022 high of 481 on the S&P, 4,810, or SPY, we call it. Put it on SPY charts, 481. That's what they're doing. They're doing, and the S&P's at 474. It's been fighting to try to get there. And we can see, when you look at the volume, you see the volume falling off. There's not a lot of enthusiasm. So they're trying to push the market up by driving the 10-year Treasury yield below 4%. Below 4%. And they do that by this fake narrative that the fake business news network comes out with. Hey, everything's great. We're going to have a series of rate cuts. We got a Goldilocks economy. Inflation's under control. So why would you buy bonds? Why would you buy bonds? So the problem is they're telling everybody's everything's so good, people aren't buying bonds. They're not fearful. So that's the problem they're having. So they can't get that 10-year Treasury yield going down. I mean, it's amazing. This whole thing that there's going to be rate cuts in futures taking over this whole market, and nobody cares if interest rates go to 10%. The stock market would still go up. If interest rates went to 20, the same 7 stocks would go up. It didn't matter. The bond market used to be great. You're fearful the market's terrible. You go buy bonds. Go buy bonds. And that would drive yields down. More bonds, that would drive yields down. And by driving yields down to help push the economy along, stocks would improve because they start making more profits because of lower yields. They're not paying as much interest, the companies. But none of that means anything anymore. They have totally taken this market over since 2008 by printing money, and a lot of it. For 14 years, like I told you yesterday, 168 months, let's use months, 168 months, from 2008 to 2024, that's 168 months this market rallied. And all but 19 months of the 168, as I told you yesterday, were at zero rates. Are you nuts? That's how they drove the market up. Not with earnings, not with growth. I mean, before it used to always be business investment, business investment. Everything was business investment. If I could just get money for business investment, I could buy new machinery. I spend money on IT. I could produce more goods, less labor. And in fact, as I'm pushing out more goods and less cost, I can start increasing wages. That's what they used to think about. You know what they did? For 14 years, for 168 months, to push the market up, all they did is keep buying bonds to bring interest rates down. Now remember how interest rates work. I told you this yesterday. The Federal Reserve has their rate. That's the Fed rate. That's the most important rate. That's the rate that determines what the banks are going to loan each other overnight. So when the doors open to the bank the next morning, they know how much they're going to charge you when you come into the bank to buy a new car or a business loan. So that's the Fed rate. That's important. Because the lower that Fed rate is, the more you can grow an economy. You keep that Fed rate down, that's really helpful. That's the important one. The 10-year Treasury, remember, follows the Fed rate. So when the Fed starts dropping these rates, the Fed short-term rate, then the 10-year Treasury yield comes down. And that 10-year Treasury yield, remember, helps the economy because it's tied to your mortgages. But nobody cared about any of that. All they knew was one thing in 2008. We just got to get interest rates down to zero for one reason, to do stock buybacks. We got to get money to companies. We got to loan the money free. So after 2008, got to give them money free so they can go and buy their own stock. No, you're not going to go buy, you're not going to invest in IT, no IT spending. You're not going to be buying new equipment. You're not going to do any of that. In fact, the banks were not allowed to loan. The banks went out and bought other banks. The banks went out and bought the big banks, the big boys, the big investment banks went out and bought all these banks that were hurting after the crash 2008. But they weren't allowed to loan. They wouldn't even help the people that they caused through a subprime loan to go into foreclosure. They wouldn't even help them with a payment. The whole idea was to push these banks up, to get those stock prices up. And they went out and they bought gold and they bought silver and commodities. It was all to take care of Wall Street. All to take care of Wall Street. So what's going to happen? Well, I'm going to tell you when I get back. Join my gang, free, for 10 days.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG. Try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Our team is comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. Phil's Gang has successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. You don't need to be a seasoned investor to benefit from the Phil's Gang platform, no matter what level of investor you are. Phil's Gang strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action, avoid market pitfalls, and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
You're not alone. 80% of those in the stock market, just like you, lose money. Hi, I'm Phil Grande, philsgang.com. Why do they lose? Because they don't know how to short stocks in a down market. That will change once you use my patent Pro 2 color-coded chart. It works. The technology works. And it not only gives you an edge on the upside, but Pro 2 will put a smile on your face on the downside. That's right. Check it out. Free 10-day trial at philsgang.com.
When making wise investment decisions, Phil Grande has some sound reasons you should join Phil's Gang.
You know, when I started this, they asked me, okay, can you explain to people why they should join the gang? Gee, I thought about that. And I guess to make money. But more than that, to get good direction on which way the economy's really going. We get so much crap, so many lies, how great the economy is and how great the tech business is, and when it's not. The problem is we have too many people in Washington and in this industry that just don't tell the truth. The truth is everything. And here at Phil's Gang, we stick with the facts. We tell the truth. We make sure our members, are getting the best information, and our listeners, like you. We make that information available to you and make it simple and understandable.
Good investing means understanding how the stock market works. Join today at philsgang.com. Want the truth when investing in the stock market? Here's how.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. Listen to my radio show every day because that's where you're going to get the truth. You're not going to get the truth listening to these dopes on Fake Business News Network. The other day, Kramer said, don't listen to the banks. They're giving you wrong information. When he told you to buy Merrill Lynch, remember? And what happened? They went broke.
Get the truth at philsgang.com.
Join my gang, philsgang.com. Get the truth. And also listen to me on my podcast on YouTube and Rumble. That's philsgang.com.
When the stock market is up one day and down the next, you need experienced advice from a pro.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande of philsgang.com. I know you're sitting there watching the stock market. You're going, what? Is this nuts? Market goes up 700 points. Next day it goes up 800 points. Then the market goes back down. Then it goes back up. What that is volatility.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently?
But you got to anticipate what's going to happen with the market. And that's what we give you. Information so you can anticipate in advance what the market's going to do, so you know what stocks to buy, you know what stocks to short. It's all about having good information and anticipation. You got to anticipate. The one thing you can't do is rely on your brokers. Listen.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
What are you, nuts? Partners and shareholders? You're not included.
Check out the free 10-day trial and follow Phil to investing success. Learn more at philsgang.com. philsgang.com. Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grande. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
Welcome back to Phil's Gang. So they're struggling trying to get the market to rally to the January 2022 high of 481. And the way to get that done is you want that 10-year Treasury yield to go down, and then that will push stocks up. And that's why you want people going in and buying treasuries. Well, why would they go buy a 10-year treasury? Because if they're fearful about the economy. When they're not fearful about the economy, they're not going to buy treasuries. The yields don't go down, the market doesn't go up. Much harder to go up. Listen to this stuff here. Listen to this. And this is why that you're going to, this is why you're seeing a very, very difficult time for these 10-year treasury yields to drop. And that's what you got to watch. I mean, obviously watch the short-term Fed rate, but that 10-year always tells you which way the market's going to go. Listen to this.
When you peel back the layers and you look under the hood, I think there's signs that people are actually quite optimistic.
5,400 by the end of next year and then 6,000 by the end of 2025. I think this is a bull market that has legs, that's going to continue to charge ahead.
You're definitely in the no recession soft landing camp.
Yeah, we're definitely in the soft landing camp. And I think because of the fact that we've seen inflation come down meaningfully without too much pain in the labor market. We've seen the quits rate return back to pre-pandemic levels. It's around 2.3%.
We now have a short-term oversold reading for Apple. It's still within the context of a long-term uptrend. There's good support right around 179, 180. People talk about, well, buy the dip. Well, here's the dip, and it has people a bit shaken.
That's the last thing you do is buy the dip. You don't buy the dip. Are you kidding me? I mean, on Apple? See, this is the problem. All those folks you heard, they're pumping the market, how everything is great with the economy. So why would you go buy a 10-year treasury? You have no fear. So that's why you're having a problem right now to get this market running to the upside, because you got to get these yields down. That 10-year treasury at 4%, you got to get that treasury yield down, man. You got to get down about 2%. So, and when you got people like this out there just bold-faced lying, it's unbelievable. So, and to buy Apple, I'm going to look at Apple. It's one of our stocks. And Apple, this stock, to buy in a dip right now, you're out of your mind. Out of your mind. First of all, you got tremendous amount of sellers between $200, or I should say $199.55. and the 185. A lot of sellers in there. That's called overhang. That's called overhang. Why would I buy Apple? We bought Apple back in October when nobody wanted it. Why would I go in and buy it on a dip? First of all, today, if you go look, Apple's going up, right? But the volume in Apple is going down. Anytime the volume in Apple is going down and the stock's going up, that's a very negative divergence. Are you kidding? Are you nuts? So if you're in there buying Apple, think you get a good deal? No, you're not. Also, if you're going to buy Apple, you should be buying Apple. You got a better opportunity for to get Apple to go to about $250, okay, from $199 than you do today from $185. Because if you get above $199, let me just move my chart over. If you get above that $199, that means it's a new high for 1 year. New high, a yearly new high. That means you have no sellers above you. See, the stocks you should be buying right now are stocks that are making new highs, new 1 year highs. Those are called power stocks. You have no sellers above you. Those are called relative strength stocks. Every time the market goes down 200 points, 300 points since January 1st, all those days, you look for stocks that aren't going down, the powerful stocks. They're called power stocks. This is what we do for our members. So Apple's the last thing. If you want to buy Apple, wait till it breaks above 200. As long as you have the volume. But there's another problem for Apple. Interest rates are too high. First of all, the 5-year Treasury yield, that's way too high. It's over 5%. The 10-year Treasury is over 4%. You don't buy Treasury. I mean, you don't buy tech stocks when you have high yields like this. But see, nobody cares. Because all they hear from the fake business network is everything's great. Everything's terrific. We're going to get 4 to 6 cuts this year. And you heard I went through all those cuts with you. You hear what they're saying? Everything's wonderful. So they take parking space and the tourists head. We call them tourist traders. They don't know what the hell they're doing. And they just listen to these people, believe it. They're going to jump in and buy these tech stocks, and they're going to get screwed. Find the stocks, and we do this for our members, that have no sellers above them. That's where the money is going. And many of those stocks are the bank stocks. But let's get back to the amazing thing that, again, when she's saying how the economy is doing wonderful, right? Earth is doing well. Everybody's saying, wait, people are hurting. They know they're not doing well under Joe Biden. It's costing them $4,000, $4,500 out of their pocket under Joe Biden, under this under this Bidenomics. Under Trump, they were making another $5,000. They had $5,000 extra to go shop with or pay on their insurance bill. Now they got, under this character, they got $4,000 less. If things were so good like they're saying, then why is it that buy now, pay later programs have increased 42%? 42%. And why is it the debt resolution programs have increased by 119%? 119%. Does that tell you that's a good economy? What are you, nuts? And the only reason this market went up from 2008, the tech stocks went up 1,200%, and the S&P went up over 500%, because they forced the market up by purchasing these bonds called QE. And I'm going to go over these purchases with you. You won't believe how much money they spent to financially engineer this market for 14 years.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
If you want to invest your money and grow your wealth, listen to this.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. You know, I get so tired of listening to the same garbage every day, listening to the fake business news network telling you why you should buy this stock, why you should buy, and they're always wrong. Join my gang, philsgang.com, free for 10 days. You're going to learn when to buy a stock and when not to buy a stock. Hey, years ago it was different. You could buy a stock based on fundamentals. You could buy a stock based on earnings. You could buy a stock based on PE ratios. Those days are gone. That ended with QE. That ended when they financially engineered the market in 2008. Gone. Now you got to follow the money. And we have the knowledge because we have the chart. Pro 2 color code chart tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to run like hell.
For a limited time, you can join Phil's Gang free for 10 days.
Check it out, philsgang.com. Get the truth, get the knowledge, and understand how the market really works. Hi, I'm Phil Grande of philsgang.com. You know, over the years, I've successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, the advice, and the software that will take your investing to the next level. You know, I have a team comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records. And the Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy, when to sell, when to hold, when to run like hell, even short. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. You don't have to be a seasoned investor to benefit from Phil's Gang and platform. No matter what level investor you are, my strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for the 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Avoid market pitfalls and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
There's a lot of noise out there in the financial world. Bank failures, interest rates, bonds versus stocks. It's a lot. That's why it's important to find a voice of reason that can guide you through these volatile times. Phil Grande at philsgang.com is where you can find honest, helpful guidance to successful investing.
Get the knowledge and understand how the market really works.
And for a limited time, you can join Phil's Gang free for 10 days.
philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
There's nothing better than learning from the experts, especially when it comes to investing your hard-earned money.
Hi, this is Phil Grande, host of Phil's Gang Radio Show. At Phil's Gang and philsgang.com, I have one goal in mind: to help you become a skilled investor in the stock market and find your financial freedom. With the Working Investor Program, you will learn what Wall Street doesn't want you to know. You'll develop skills like selling short and how to profit, even in a stock market crash. This is the real world investing information that will give you the edge to be successful in the stock market. No gimmicks, just real strategies, and I'll make the offer even better with a 10-day free trial of the Working Investor Program.
Once you're in the gang, you're in the know. And with the free 10-day trial of the Working Investor Program, there's no reason not to give it a try.
Become a Phil's Gang member and reclaim your financial freedom. Go to philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Hi, I'm Phil Grande of philsgang.com. You know, I've been doing this business of trading over 55 years. God, they make it so complicated. It doesn't have to be. The best way to learn is to follow me, my actual investments. That's right. When I buy a stock, you follow me. Do exactly what I do. That's the best way to learn.
Check out the free 10-day trial. Learn more at philsgang.com.
Be my co-pilot at philsgang.com. Do what I do.
That's philsgang.com.
With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG. Welcome back to the Phil's Gang Radio Show. Want to know more about Phil's Gang? Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Join my gang free for 10 days. And during that 10 days, you're going to learn how to make money in the market, not only buying stocks, but selling stocks short. But the most important thing, you're going to learn how the market works, how to make the right decision. You're not going to have to ask anybody, what do you think the stock's going to do? What do you think the market's going to do? You're going to know because you're going to understand the bond market. You're going to understand what makes interest rates go up and what makes interest rates go down. The one thing we do know everybody knows in the world, if interest rates go down, if yields go down, stock markets go up. Stocks go up. Why do you think they spent, get this, if you go back to 2008, that year alone, $100 billion, they print, remember, we're broke. $100 billion they printed to buy treasuries, $100 billion to buy mortgage-backed securities. That's just 2008. Why are they doing that? Because it brings interest rates down. The more mortgages they buy, the more the rates go down and the stock market goes up. So, if you take in 2009, they bought $1.2 trillion in mortgage-backed securities, $200 billion in treasury bonds, $300 billion in treasury bonds. That's in 2009. 2010, they had to get the market started to fall back again. They had to push the market back up, get those interest rates down. They printed another $600 trillion for treasuries, another $700 billion to buy mortgage-backed securities. 2011, $400 billion, $500 billion. 2012, another $600 billion. 2000, and on and on and on. So understand this. The only time the market could rally from 2008 to 2022 until that last 2022. Think about it. It's the only way they could get it to work. They had to buy the market. They had to buy the stock market. That's what they did. That's insane. So the way it works, and this is why you're going to have one hell of a crash, because think about it. The minute they stop doing that, it's over. It's over. So if you go and you look, and I'm bringing my chart up right now, I can grab it. If you look at the chart right now, that from 2008 to that 2022, that's how they got that market to go up. Now, what do they do? Why do they need that money? Well, it's simple. And they're still doing it today. When you have the Treasury print money, and then the Treasury gives the money to the Federal Reserve, who, by the way, the Federal Reserve is not government. It's no more federal than Federal Express. And it's controlled by Wall Street. And since they put the Federal Reserve together, since, 1913, it's always been to look out for Wall Street, not to help Main Street. People don't get that. They're not here to help Main Street. So they print the money. Go back to 2008. They printed $100 billion. You want to know why food costs so much? $100 billion. The Federal Reserve goes into the banks, goes into Goldman Sachs or whatever bank, and buys from them $100 billion worth of treasuries. They print another $500 billion and bought another $500 billion in mortgage-backed securities. Now they have that money. They have that $100 billion and $500 billion to bank. That boosts up the reserves they have. Now imagine if they took that money and if they put that money into IT spending, in other words, loan that money to a company and had a clause they couldn't do stock buybacks. They had to put that money into IT, into business investment. From business investment, we increase productivity. From productivity, you increase growth. From productivity, wages go up. Your standard of living goes up. Savings go up. Only good comes out of productivity. Our whole country used to be number one because of productivity. But what did they do? Obama do. And Bernanke. They said, let's not take the money. Don't you dare use it for productivity. Let's use it for social programs, and let's use it to take care of Wall Street. They take care of Wall Street. So now they go in and they start buying their own stock. With that money, they start buying their own stock. No wonder their stock went up. They didn't have to make any profits. So in 2009, the stock market started to crater again. They quickly printed another 1.2 trillion. Went into the banks, bought more mortgage-backed securities, bought 200 billion in treasuries. A month later, another 300 billion in treasuries. Now the banks are flush with money again. Are they taking that money and lending it to businesses so that businesses can grow and employ people and produce stuff? No. They screwed Main Street. But the stock market was going up. And that's why you follow the money. And that's what we do here every day at Phil's Gang. Just follow the money, not the crap, the money. And you always be on the right side of the transaction. Forget this garbage they tell you, well, for the best, if rates are coming down, you buy this and that. If rates are going up, you buy... No, those days are gone. So what do they do with all those mortgage-backed securities, the Federal Reserve? With all these billions and billions and trillions of dollars in mortgage-backed securities and trade. What do they do with them? They put them on their balance sheet. Put them on their balance sheet. I get it. So what happens? Those things start coming due. They got to be paid. The banks aren't going to pay them. You just bought it from the banks. So what happens? The Federal Reserve starts paying them off. Starts paying all those things off. Where are they getting the money from? The Federal Reserve has income, has dollars. So they got a whole bunch of dollars. And all of a sudden, the more they've been doing this, the dollars start going down. The dollars start going down. Dollar starts going down. Because once they pay that treasury bill off that came due, or the mortgage that came due, those dollars are gone out of circulation. So they're sitting with us, all the stuff on their balance sheet. Every time it comes due, they have to pay it. They're using their dollars. Now, what happens with those dollars? Well, at night, the banks get together. And they loan to each other so they can open up the door the next morning. That's called repo. That's called the repo market. So the banks are sitting around the table. I loan you money, you give me your security, vice versa. Next morning, you pay me off, you can open your doors. Well, what happened in 2008? There's no money. There's no money. What happened in 2018 when the repo blew up again? The market went down 2018. Remember, we had a crash in 2018. People forget about that. We had a crash in 2018. And why? Because, again, they didn't have enough money. The Federal Reserve didn't have enough money to sit there with the banks around the table to get them to open up the next day. Because why? Because to get the banks to stay alive, they're printing all the money, going to the banks, buying all this crap from the banks, put it on their balance sheet, but they got to keep on paying that stuff off. The dollars keep going down. The dollar keeps going down. They don't have enough dollars. There's the problem. And is that problem occurring now? Because it's only happened 3 times since 1913. Is it happening now? And what if it is? What happens? I'll tell you when we get back.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. I've been doing this business of trading over 55 years. God, they make it so complicated. It doesn't have to be. The best way to learn is to follow me, my actual investments. That's right. When I buy a stock, you follow me. Do exactly what I do. That's the best way to learn.
Check out the free 10-day trial. Learn more at philsgang.com.
Be my co-pilot at philsgang.com. Do what I do.
That's philsgang.com. Phil Grande has successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. That's right, philsgang.com. Join my gang for 10 days. It's free. If anything, during that 10-day period, you're going to learn how the market really works. You're going to find information that you never had before. You're going to walk away and go, I didn't know that. So join my gang for 10 days free, philsgang.com. And you're also going to learn how to make money when the market goes down. It's kind of silly just sitting there with the market going down, hoping. Why hope when you can sell short and make money? Either way, you make money when the market goes up, you make money when the market goes down. That's the benefit of Phil's Gang. You make money.
Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level.
philsgang.com. Sign up free for 10 days.
The holiday season is a wonderful time to be with family and friends, and a good time to learn how to improve your investing strategies in the new year. Phil Grande at philsgang.com can help. Join Phil's Gang and enjoy coffee talk as Phil goes over the markets every morning before they open. Engage in live trading classes. With the Working Investor program, you'll have access to the tools to control your financial future. Success in the new year is just a click away. Go to philsgang.com. philsgang.com. To be a successful investor, you need to stay current with the daily changes in the economy and the stock market. Phil Grande and philsgang.com can be your guide to becoming a better investor. Try the free 10-day trial at philsgang.com for the working investor. From the opening bell to the closing, stay informed with what's happening in real time. The Working Investor program includes full access to the Phil's Gang website, a morning update on what to look for that day on Wall Street, a market wrap on that day's trading, plus seminars, training, and tools to help you become a better investor. Go to philsgang.com for a free 10-day trial. After that, it's just $59.95 a month for membership, daily updates, training, software, and the best investing advice every day. You can invest with the best. Phil Grande and philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. philsgang.com.
I've been a Phil's Gang member since 2014. Over that time, I've generated over six-figure profits. Following Phil, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life. I would recommend Phil's Gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents. If you really trust in their system, you will do well.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grande. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. If you join our gang for 10 days, what you're going to learn that our system is simple. You participate with us. We have a portfolio of stocks, about 6 stocks. And along the side of the 6 stocks, we have about another 10 what we call bonus stocks. And those are the only stocks we stay with all year. We make money when they go down, we make money when they go up. But you're trading right there with us. What's the best way to learn how to ski? You go out there and ski with the instructor, right? Right there with him. Tennis, you're right there with him. I don't care what you do. The best way to learn is one-on-one, right? So what we do here at Phil's Gang, when the market opens, you're participating with our 6 stocks. We say buy, you buy. We say you sell, you sell. Add, don't add. We'll tell you all along because, again, we're actually trading that stock, investing in that stock, so you can see that. So that you just do the same thing we're doing. That's how you're going to learn. So those 10 days, you stay with those same stocks for 10 days, and you're going to get an education in stocks like you never got before. You go, boy, I understand how the market works now. I get it. And it's not about the hot stock. It's not about the hot tip. That's all ridiculous garbage. It's sitting back and waiting for what we call a pattern setup. It's so easy to do. It's not hard. And you don't have to have 80 stocks. You don't have to be always looking for the hot stock. If you have the best tech stocks, the best bank stocks, the best defensive stocks, and you understand how to read the bond market so you know if rates are going to go up or rates are going to go down. There's 99% of people invested in the market have no idea how to read the bond market. So myself, and Steve, and Willie, that's what we do here. I'd like to reach out and have you join us. In those 10 days, you don't have to pay a thing. And just participate with us during that 10 days. And it's fun. All right. So here's the bottom line, what's going on. Everybody keeps asking, is there going to be a crash? How can there not be a crash? Again, if you take how that rally from 2008 to 2022 went up 1,200%, led by 7 stocks, and for the S&P went up around 560%, and all because they forced rates to stay near zero so companies could buy their own stock and take it off the market, which automatically pushes up their price of stock without having to have profits. They did this for 14 years. Why do you think there's so much inflation? To do that, remember what I told you, they print the money, give it to the Fed goes to the banks, takes all their garbage, puts it on their own balance sheet now, and then the banks can loan to their customers, to the corporations, these public companies, money nearly free, near zero, so they can start buying their own stocks to push the stock market up. But the problem you have is in 2008, on the balance sheet, there was only $900 billion of this stuff. So when it came due, they could pay it, no big deal. It didn't hurt the amount of dollars that were out there. Now there's 8 trillion of this stuff on the balance sheet. So they got to continually meet those payments. Treasuries, when they expire, and the mortgage-backed securities. So what's happening is we're getting the amount of dollars that are available is getting lower and lower. Now, if you go and take a look, go look up a chart, repo chart. Just go in, you can get it, just put in repo chart. We don't care about the rate because the rate's always between 4 and 5.5%, 6%. That's not the key. The key you look at to see if there's going to be a crash like we had in 2018, we had in 2008. You look and see if that chart, if it's surging, if you have a surge, that warns you you're going to immediately have a recession, then followed by a crash. It's only happened to us 3 times since 1913 that we had these surges followed by recession and crash. One was in 2018. Now we're seeing we've had in 2023 3 surges. Remember, since 1913, this has only happened 3 times. This would be the 4th. In no way do you get out of this, because that means the Federal Reserve, who feeds the money to the bank at night so they can open the doors next morning, are having a problem. Go look it up yourself. Go look up repo, look for a repo chart, and you'll see the surges. So again, the problem becomes, how do they get rid of those mortgage-backed securities and treasuries off their balance sheet, which they are paying, which is reducing the amount of money they have available, which is the money they need to sit down at night to give to the banks to pay each other, to keep them alive, to keep them in business. Because once those dollars are gone, once the Fed pays that mortgage off, that dollar's gone. It's out of circulation. The mortgage-backed security comes due. The Treasury comes due. They got to pay it with their dollars, their income. It's gone. So that's why we're very close to another, what happened in 2018, another repo blow up, which goes to a recession, to a crash. So when you're looking at the market, keep watching that 10-year Treasury yield. You see how they're fighting every time they try to get it below that 4% to push the stock market up. It goes right back up to 4%. Why? Because, just as I said, when they come out and they lie to you, when they keep lying to you and tell you how great things are, why would a person doesn't know anything about the market, doesn't know anything about the economy, he just listens to them and says, these people on TV, they're pretty smart, they wouldn't be on TV, I'm going to listen to what they say, and I'm going to believe what they say. So they're telling you, hey, everything's wonderful. You don't have to listen to them. Just look at the bond yields. They tell you if everything's wonderful. Now remember, when rate cuts, they announce they're going to do rate cuts. That's not good news. It's only good news for Wall Street. Because when they, and people like us are in the market, when they cut rates, rates go down, the stock market goes up, but it's bad for the economy. You don't cut rates unless the economy's bad. That's right. And you don't go out and print money and go into the banks and buy their treasuries and buy their mortgages and put it on your balance sheet unless the economy's bad. We're talking trillion. We're talking 600, 700 billion every month. And still sitting there on their balance sheet. So there's some great opportunity. Tremendous opportunity. So the idea of buying stocks based on fundamentals, that's out the door. And to wrap this up, I talked a little bit about this yesterday. Why do you think, now you maybe understand better what I told you yesterday, why do you think it was in 2012 they decided to put in place the 2% target for the Federal Reserve interest? And that's been around since the 80s, or since the 90s. About 30 countries have it, but we didn't. The reason he took it and said, let's adopt it now for ourselves, that we're going to have the Fed rate at 2%, is to help Wall Street. Because they could justify getting those interest rates down. Because they're saying, hey, there's inflation. We got to get rid of this inflation. We got to print money, and we got to buy treasuries. We got to buy mortgage-backed securities so we get these yields down. So the economy will grow. We got to pull this interest rates down so people can buy cars and homes. They're not doing that for that. Wall Street never does anything for Main Street. So they use that BS, that 2 trillion target. That's 2% target. That's all fake. It's been fake. Go look it up yourself. It's fake. It's arbitrary. But now they have an excuse to always help Wall Street rally the market. And after you're done with 10 days with us, you're going to always be right. You're going to be long the market when you should be. You should be buying stocks. You're going to be right when you buy the stocks, and you're going to be right when you're shorting stocks. Because for the first time with us at Phil's Gang, and myself and Steve and Willie working with us for those first 10 days, you're going to go away and say, God, I should have done this long ago. I didn't know that's how the market works. Gee, this is easy. And it is. We'll see you on the chart.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grande, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600.